Have you ever found yourself trapped in a loop of negative thoughts, where it feels like nothing can break you free? Why is it that some people seem to rise above their difficulties while others remain stuck in a cycle of negativity? Can our mindset truly transform our lives for the better? Imagine a time when you felt overwhelmed by challenges, but somehow managed to overcome them. What if you could learn to turn those tough moments into opportunities for growth and positivity? Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where today we're diving into a crucial topic, getting out of a negative mindset. In this video series, we'll explore how changing your perspective can lead to profound personal transformation. We promise to provide you with valuable insights and practical advice that can help shift your mindset from negativity to positivity. There are so many viewers on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more content and reach others who might benefit from this advice. In today's part, we'll lay the groundwork for understanding how a negative mindset affects our lives. We'll discuss the key factors that contribute to negative thinking and how these can be transformed. Through simple practices in mindfulness, you'll discover how to begin changing your thought patterns. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you only allow weeds to grow, the beautiful flowers can't thrive. Similarly, if you focus only on negative thoughts, your positive experiences may get overshadowed. But by cultivating your mental garden through practices like mindfulness and self-awareness, you can start to nurture a more positive and fulfilling mindset. Negative thoughts can often feel like a storm that just won't pass. But remember, even the fiercest storm eventually clears, and you can be left with a fresh, new perspective. It's about learning to weather the storm with patience and resilience. By embracing the techniques we'll discuss, you can begin to see the sunshine through the clouds. So, stay tuned as we explore how to shift from a mindset that holds you back to one that propels you forward. Let's embark on this journey together and unlock the potential that lies within each of us. Your path to a more positive mindset begins now. Buddhist perspective on negative thinking. Imagine you're holding a cup of hot coffee. What happens if you keep holding it for too long? It starts to burn your hand, doesn't it? Negative thoughts are like that hot coffee. If you hold on to them, they can cause you pain. But what if you could put the cup down and let go of that heat? That's what Buddhism teaches us about negative thinking. In Buddhism, negative thinking is seen as a kind of mental suffering. It's like carrying a heavy burden that weighs you down. This suffering doesn't come from the outside world, but from our own minds. Buddhism offers us tools to understand and transform these negative thoughts, helping us find peace and clarity. One of the core teachings in Buddhism is the idea of mindfulness. This means paying attention to our thoughts and feelings without judgment. When you're mindful, you become aware of your negative thoughts as they arise. Instead of letting them control you, you can observe them from a distance. It's like watching clouds float by in the sky. You see them, but you don't need to hold on to them. Buddhism also teaches about the concept of impermanence. Everything, including our thoughts, is constantly changing. Negative thoughts, no matter how intense, are not permanent. They come and go like waves in the ocean. By understanding this, we can learn not to cling to our negative thoughts, but to let them pass without causing us suffering. Another important concept is non-attachment. We often cling to our negative thoughts because we believe they define us or our situation. Buddhism teaches us to let go of this attachment. Our thoughts are not who we are. By letting go of the need to hold on to negative thoughts, we can free ourselves from their grip. Buddhist meditation practices, such as loving-kindness meditation, can also help shift our mindset. In this practice, you focus on developing feelings of compassion and love towards yourself and others. It helps counteract negative thinking by filling your mind with positive and nurturing feelings. Over time, this practice can transform how you relate to yourself and others. Think of your mind as a clear pond. When it's calm and still, you can see everything clearly. But when it's stirred up with negative thoughts, it becomes muddy and unclear. Meditation helps to calm the pond, allowing you to see through the murkiness and find a clear, peaceful mind. Buddhist teachings also emphasize the importance of understanding the nature of suffering. Suffering, or dukkha, is a natural part of life. However, by understanding its nature and the causes behind it, we can find ways to alleviate it. Negative thinking often leads to suffering, but by applying Buddhist principles, we can reduce its impact on our lives. Buddhism teaches that by changing our minds, we can change our experience of the world. When we learn to let go of negative thinking and cultivate a more positive mindset, we create a better reality for ourselves. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. The darkness may still be there, but the light makes it easier to see and navigate. In summary, Buddhism provides valuable insights into understanding and overcoming negative thinking. By practicing mindfulness, recognizing the impermanence of thoughts, and letting go of attachment, we can start to transform our mental landscape. Meditation and compassion further support this transformation, helping us find peace and clarity amidst the challenges of life. As we continue exploring these concepts, remember that the journey towards a positive mindset is gradual. It requires patience and practice, but each step you take can lead to greater mental freedom and well-being. The role of mindfulness in shifting perspectives. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a still pond. When it's calm and clear, you can see right to the bottom, with all its beautiful stones and plants. But if you throw a rock into the pond, the water ripples and mud swirls, making it impossible to see anything clearly. Our minds work much the same way. When we let stress, anxiety, or negative thoughts invade our minds, they ripple out, clouding our perspective. But with mindfulness, we can learn to keep the water still, clear, and calm. Mindfulness is simply the practice of being fully present in the moment. It means paying attention, on purpose, without judging what you see or feel. It's about noticing your thoughts and feelings, without getting lost in them or letting them control you. By doing this, you create space between yourself and your thoughts, giving you the freedom to choose how to respond instead of reacting automatically. Now, let's break this down even more simply. Imagine you're sitting outside on a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, but you're thinking about a problem at work or a fight with a friend. You're not really there enjoying the moment because your mind is somewhere else, stuck in a cycle of worry or anger. But if you practice mindfulness, you gently bring your attention back to the here and now. You notice the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of the birds, the feel of the breeze. Suddenly, the worries that seem so big start to feel smaller, less urgent. This is the power of mindfulness. When we're caught up in negative thoughts, it's easy to believe that they are the whole truth. I'm not good enough. Things will never get better. I'm always making mistakes. These thoughts can feel like a heavy weight, dragging us down. But mindfulness teaches us that thoughts are just thoughts. They come and go, like clouds in the sky. They don't define who we are unless we let them. By observing our thoughts without judgment, we can start to see them for what they are, just passing events in the mind. Mindfulness also helps us become more aware of our bodies and our physical reactions to stress. Have you ever noticed how your body feels when you're angry or upset? Maybe your muscles tighten, your heart beats faster, or your stomach feels uneasy. These physical responses are part of the stress reaction, and they can make negative thoughts even more powerful. By practicing mindfulness, we learn to notice these signs early, so we can take a deep breath and calm ourselves down before our emotions take over. Let's take a simple exercise you can do right now. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel the air filling your lungs, then slowly breathe out through your mouth. Do this a few times, paying attention to how the air feels as it enters and leaves your body. Notice any sensations in your body, any sounds around you, or thoughts passing through your mind. Don't try to change anything, just notice. This is the essence of mindfulness, being aware and present, without trying to change or judge what is happening. Through regular mindfulness practice, you can start to notice patterns in your thoughts. Maybe you realize that every time you face a challenge, your first thought is, "I can't do this." With mindfulness, you recognize this thought for what it is, just a thought, not a fact. You can choose to let it pass and replace it with a more positive, realistic thought, like this is tough, but I can handle it. Over time, this shift in perspective can change the way you react to all kinds of situations, making you more resilient and optimistic. Another way to practice mindfulness is through mindful walking. When you walk, instead of letting your mind wander, focus on the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the movement of your legs, the feel of the air on your face. Notice the colors of the leaves, the sound of your footsteps, the rhythm of your breathing. Walking mindfully can be a simple yet powerful way to bring your mind into the present and reduce stress. Mindfulness also teaches us the power of acceptance. Sometimes things happen that we can't control, a difficult situation at work, a problem in a relationship, or a personal challenge. Instead of fighting these things or wishing they were different, mindfulness encourages us to accept them as they are. This doesn't mean giving up or not trying to make things better. It means acknowledging reality and working with it, rather than against it. By accepting what we can't change, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and open up space for peace and clarity. One of the biggest benefits of mindfulness is that it helps us develop compassion for ourselves and others. When we're mindful, we start to see our own pain and struggles more clearly without judging ourselves for having them. We realize that everyone has difficulties, and this understanding makes us kinder, more patient, and more forgiving. This compassion then extends to others, helping us build stronger, more supportive relationships. In our fast-paced, always connected world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and disconnected from ourselves. Mindfulness is like hitting the pause button, giving us time to breathe, reflect, and reconnect with what truly matters. It's a practice that anyone can do, anytime, anywhere. Whether you're washing the dishes, talking to a friend, or sitting quietly by yourself, you can bring mindfulness into your life and experience its calming, healing effects. To conclude this part, remember that mindfulness is not about escaping reality or avoiding problems. It's about facing reality with a clear, open mind and finding peace and wisdom in the midst of life's challenges. It's a simple, yet profound practice that can help you shift your perspective from negativity to positivity, one moment at a time. As we continue our journey together, keep practicing mindfulness in your daily life. Notice your thoughts and feelings, and remember that you have the power to choose how you respond to them. With mindfulness, you can create a space of calm and clarity within yourself, no matter what is happening around you. This space is where true transformation begins. Practical techniques for overcoming negativity. In the quiet stillness of a Zen garden, we find that clarity and peace arise not from fighting the storms of life, but from learning to flow with them. Today, we explore practical techniques for overcoming negativity, not by pushing it away, but by understanding and transforming it. Imagine your mind as a calm pond. When a stone is thrown into it, the water ripples and disturbs the peace. Negative thoughts are like those stones. Instead of struggling with them or trying to push them away, we can learn to observe them with calmness, allowing them to pass through without disrupting the tranquility of the pond. One effective practice is mindful awareness. This means simply observing your thoughts without judgment. When a negative thought arises, notice it, acknowledge it, and then let it drift away like a cloud in the sky. This practice helps you to detach from the thought, reducing its power over your mind. Another technique is to focus on the present moment. Often, negative thinking is rooted in past regrets or future worries. By bringing your attention to the present, you shift your focus away from what was or what might be, and into the here and now. This can be as simple as paying attention to your breath or the sensations in your body. The present moment is always calm and full of potential, free from the burdens of past and future concerns. Gratitude is also a powerful tool for transforming negativity. When you take a moment each day to reflect on what you are grateful for, you shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right. This doesn't mean ignoring problems, but rather recognizing the positive aspects of your life. Write down 3 things you are grateful for each day. This simple practice can gradually shift your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. Compassion towards yourself is essential. Often, we are our own harshest critics. When a negative thought arises, ask yourself if you would say the same thing to a loved one. If not, why say it to yourself? Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. This self-compassion can help to reduce the harshness of negative self-talk and foster a more nurturing internal dialogue. Finally, engaging in activities that bring you joy can counterbalance negative thoughts. Whether it's spending time in nature, practicing a hobby, or connecting with loved ones, these positive experiences can act as a counterweight to negativity. They remind you that there is beauty and joy in life, even amidst challenges. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate negative thoughts completely, but to change your relationship with them. By practicing mindful awareness, focusing on the present, cultivating gratitude, showing self-compassion, and engaging in joyful activities, you can begin to transform your mindset from one of negativity to one of positivity and balance. Embrace these practices with patience and openness. Just as a Zen garden takes time to cultivate, so does a peaceful mind. With each step, you move closer to a state of calm and clarity, where negativity holds less power and positivity can flourish. The impact of meditation on mental clarity. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in and slowly let it out. Feel the air as it fills your lungs, and notice how your body relaxes as you exhale. This simple act of breathing is a gateway to a clearer mind, a calmer spirit, and a more positive life. Today, we will explore how meditation can help you find clarity in your thoughts and peace in your heart. Meditation is like sitting by a still pond. When your mind is filled with worries, fears, or anger, it's as if someone has thrown a stone into that pond. The water becomes disturbed, rippling in all directions. You cannot see clearly. The reflections on the water are distorted. But when you meditate, you allow the ripples to settle. The water becomes calm again, and the surface of the pond becomes like a mirror. In this state, you can see things as they truly are. Your thoughts become clear, and you can understand what is important and what is not. In our busy lives, our minds are often cluttered with many thoughts. We worry about what has happened in the past and what might happen in the future. We think about our problems, our regrets, and our fears. It is like carrying a heavy backpack full of rocks. Each thought adds another rock, and soon we are weighed down, unable to move freely. But meditation is the practice of setting down that backpack, if only for a little while. When we meditate, we allow ourselves to rest. We give our minds a chance to breathe, and in that rest we find strength. Let me tell you a simple story. There was once a man who lived in a small village. Every day, he walked to the river to fill his pots with water. He would carry these heavy pots back to his house, and by the time he reached home, he was tired. One day, he met a wise monk who saw the man struggling. The monk said, "Why do you carry these heavy pots all the way to your house? Why not build a small stream that flows to your home? That way, you can have fresh water without the heavy load." The man thought about this, and it made sense. He built a small stream, and from that day on, he no longer had to carry the heavy pots. Meditation is like building a stream in your life. Instead of carrying the heavy burden of your thoughts, you create a path for peace to flow into your daily life. You do not have to struggle so much. You do not have to feel so tired. Meditation allows you to be free of the heavy load of negativity. To start meditating, you do not need anything special. You do not need to be in a quiet room or sit in a certain way. You only need to be willing to be still for a few moments. Find a comfortable place to sit. Close your eyes if you wish. Take a deep breath in, and then let it out slowly. Focus on your breath. Notice how it feels as it enters your nose, fills your lungs, and then leaves your body. When your mind begins to wander, gently bring it back to your breath. Do not be upset if your thoughts drift. This is natural. Simply return to your breath, again and again. With each breath, imagine you are blowing away the clouds in your mind. Each exhale clears the sky a little more until the sun begins to shine through. In this sunlight, you can see clearly. You can feel the warmth of peace and joy. As you practice this daily, you will notice that your mind feels less heavy and your thoughts become more peaceful. In Buddhism, We often speak of the monkey mind. This is the part of our mind that jumps from thought to thought, just like a monkey jumps from tree to tree. The monkey mind is restless, always moving, never still. It makes us feel anxious and unsettled. But through meditation, we learn to calm this monkey mind. We do not try to force it to be still, but rather, we give it a gentle space to rest. We show it kindness and patience. Over time, the monkey mind learns to sit quietly. And in this quiet, we find clarity. Meditation is not about stopping your thoughts or forcing your mind to be empty. It is about creating a space where you can observe your thoughts without becoming attached to them. Imagine standing on the side of a busy road, watching cars pass by. Each car is a thought. Some cars are slow and peaceful, while others are fast and noisy. You do not need to chase after these cars. You simply watch them go by. Meditation helps you realize that you are not the cars. You are the observer. You are the one who watches. This realization brings great peace. As you continue your practice, you will find that meditation brings many benefits. You will begin to feel less stressed. Your patience will grow. Your mind will become clearer, like a pond without ripples. You will be able to see your problems from a new perspective. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you will find solutions. Instead of reacting with anger, you will respond with calm. This is the power of meditation. It transforms not only your mind, but also your heart. Life is full of challenges. There will always be days when things do not go as planned. People may say things that hurt us. Situations may arise that make us feel afraid. But with meditation, we learn to respond differently. We learn to face these challenges with a peaceful mind. We realize that, like the ripples on the pond, our emotions are temporary. They come and go, but beneath them is the calm water of our true nature. Remember, meditation is a practice. It is not something you do once and then forget. It is like planting a seed. You must water it every day. With time, the seed grows into a strong tree, giving shade and shelter. The more you practice meditation, the stronger your mind becomes. And just like a tree that provides shade, a calm mind brings comfort and peace, not only to yourself, but also to those around you. So, take time each day to sit quietly, even if only for a few minutes. Make meditation a part of your daily life, just as you would brush your teeth or eat your meals. Let it be a time to reconnect with yourself, to find peace amid the noise, and to clear the mind. As you practice, you will notice the difference. Your mind will become your friend, not your enemy. You will find that you can handle stress better, that you react with more kindness, and that your thoughts become more positive. Meditation is a gift you give to yourself. It costs nothing, yet its value is beyond measure. It helps you find your inner strength and wisdom. It guides you out of the darkness of negativity and into the light of understanding. So, make a commitment to yourself. Begin your meditation journey today and experience the profound impact it can have on your life. The clarity you seek is already within you. Through meditation, you will uncover it, and with it, a sense of peace and joy that nothing can take away. Cultivating compassion towards yourself. In the quiet of the morning, when the world is still and the mind is calm, let us reflect on a simple truth. To be kind to others, we must first be kind to ourselves. Imagine you are tending a delicate flower. You wouldn't harshly criticize it for its imperfections. Instead, you would gently nurture it, providing the care it needs to flourish. In the same way, your inner self needs compassion and understanding to grow and thrive. When we talk about compassion, we often think of being kind to others. But have you ever considered how essential it is to extend that kindness to yourself? It's easy to be our own harshest critic, judging ourselves with a severity that we would never apply to a friend. But in reality, we are all deserving of the same warmth and gentleness we offer to others. Consider a moment when you felt like you were falling short of your own expectations. Perhaps you made a mistake at work or struggled with a personal challenge. How did you respond? Did you berate yourself, or did you offer yourself a moment of understanding and kindness? Cultivating self-compassion means recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and that these are opportunities for growth, not reasons for self-judgment. Think of self-compassion as a form of inner dialogue. When you speak to yourself, are your words filled with encouragement or criticism? Practice replacing self-critical thoughts with affirmations of kindness. For example, instead of thinking, "I failed, so I'm a failure," try acknowledging, "I made a mistake, but I can learn and grow from this experience." This simple shift in language can have a profound impact on how you view yourself and your abilities. In Buddhism, there is a concept known as metta, or loving-kindness meditation. This practice involves sending thoughts of compassion to yourself and others. It starts with yourself, acknowledging your own worth and allowing yourself to be imperfect. Only then can this love and kindness naturally extend to others. By nurturing this compassionate mindset, you create a more supportive environment within yourself. Another important aspect of self-compassion is forgiveness. Holding on to past mistakes or perceived shortcomings only burdens you with negativity. By practicing forgiveness towards yourself, you release these burdens and allow space for growth and positivity. Remember, forgiveness is not about forgetting, but about letting go of the weight that holds you back. When you approach life with self-compassion, you are more resilient in the face of challenges. Instead of being overwhelmed by your flaws or failures, you face them with a sense of understanding and acceptance. This inner strength allows you to navigate difficulties with a clearer and more positive mindset. Imagine your mind as a gentle stream. When you approach yourself with compassion, you clear away the debris and let the stream flow smoothly. When you are harsh and critical, it's like placing obstacles in the path, causing turbulence and blockage. Self-compassion helps you maintain a steady, peaceful flow of thoughts and emotions. To practice self-compassion, start with small, daily actions. When you face a challenge, pause and offer yourself a kind word or gentle thought. Create a ritual of self-care that nurtures your well-being, whether it's through meditation, journaling, or simply taking a moment to breathe deeply and center yourself. Self-compassion also means setting boundaries. It's about understanding your limits and allowing yourself to say no when necessary. By honoring your own needs and respecting your own space, you create a healthier balance in your life, which in turn fosters a more positive mindset. As you continue to develop self-compassion, you'll find that it becomes a natural part of your daily life. You'll approach yourself and others with a sense of warmth and understanding that makes interactions more meaningful and supportive. This gentle approach to yourself helps build resilience and fosters a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Remember, the journey towards self-compassion is ongoing. It's not about achieving perfection, but about making a conscious effort to treat yourself with the kindness and understanding you deserve. Each step you take towards self-compassion is a step towards a more positive and balanced mindset. In the end, the practice of self-compassion is a gift you give to yourself. It nurtures your inner peace and allows you to approach life's challenges with grace and resilience. By being kind to yourself, you create a foundation of positivity that enriches all aspects of your life. Embrace this journey with an open heart and watch as it transforms your outlook and well-being. How attachment leads to unnecessary exposure. In the quiet of the morning, when the world is still and calm, you might notice how your mind starts to wander. Thoughts come and go, but often they're about things we hold on to tightly, relationships, possessions, or even our own ideas about ourselves. This attachment, while seemingly harmless, can lead to unnecessary exposure and vulnerability. When we cling too strongly to something or someone, we open ourselves up to pain and suffering. Just like a tree that holds onto its leaves through a storm, we too face the consequences when we refuse to let go. The more tightly we grasp, the more we are exposed to the winds of change. Think of a time when you felt an intense connection to something. Perhaps it was a relationship, a job, or a possession. The more you held on to it, the more you worried about losing it. This constant worry and attachment can lead to stress and unhappiness. The attachment itself becomes a source of exposure to negative feelings and experiences. In Buddhism, there is a concept known as non-attachment. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't care about anything, but rather that you should understand the impermanent nature of all things. By acknowledging that everything changes, you free yourself from the pain of holding on too tightly. It's like letting a leaf float down a river rather than trying to hold it in your hand. When we cling to our attachments, we expose ourselves to unnecessary suffering. Imagine a butterfly that clings to a flower. As it struggles to stay on, it risks getting trapped or hurt. However, if it lets go and moves with the flow of the wind, it finds new flowers and experiences. Similarly, when we learn to let go of our attachments, we open ourselves to new possibilities and less stress. Attachment also creates a sense of separation from others. When we are overly attached, we often compare ourselves to others and feel that we need to measure up. This comparison exposes us to feelings of inadequacy and jealousy. By practicing non-attachment, we reduce these comparisons and find contentment in ourselves. To practice letting go, start with small steps. Notice the things you are holding on to tightly and observe how they make you feel. Are these attachments causing you more harm than good? Try to gradually release your grip and allow yourself to experience freedom from these attachments. Imagine your mind as a clear, flowing river. When you let go of the rocks and debris you've been holding on to, the water flows smoothly and freely. This is how your mind can work when you let go of attachments, clear, calm, and at peace. In meditation, we often practice observing our thoughts without attachment. This practice helps us see thoughts come and go without getting caught up in them. By observing without clinging, we learn to let go and maintain a peaceful state of mind. To truly understand non-attachment, reflect on the nature of change. Everything in life is in constant flux, and holding on to things too tightly only leads to suffering. By embracing change and practicing non-attachment, you protect yourself from unnecessary exposure to negative experiences. Through mindfulness and self-awareness, you can cultivate a balanced approach to attachment. Appreciate the people and things in your life without letting them define your happiness. This balance allows you to experience joy without the pain of losing what you hold dear. In summary, attachment can lead to unnecessary exposure and suffering. By practicing non-attachment, you free yourself from the stress and pain of holding on too tightly. Embrace the fluidity of life and find peace in letting go. This practice not only reduces your exposure to negative experiences, but also enhances your overall sense of well-being. The influence of gratitude on mental well-being. In our journey through the mind, we find a gentle but powerful tool, gratitude. Imagine gratitude as a small, delicate flower in the garden of your mind. It might seem insignificant at first, but its presence can change the entire landscape of your mental well-being. When we take time to appreciate the simple joys and the good in our lives, we nourish this flower, allowing it to bloom and spread its beauty throughout our being. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It is an active practice, a mindful recognition of what is good and positive in our lives. When we focus on what we are thankful for, we shift our attention away from what is lacking or troubling us. This shift is like turning the dial on a radio from static noise to a clear, harmonious melody. The clearer our focus, the more we can hear and appreciate the positive aspects of life. Consider a day when you wake up and start by listing a few things you are grateful for. It might be the warmth of the sun, a kind gesture from a friend, or simply having a moment of peace. By doing this, you start your day with a positive frame of mind. This small act can set the tone for the rest of your day, making challenges seem less daunting and opportunities more visible. Gratitude works like a lens that changes how we see the world. When we choose to view our experiences through this lens, the colors of our life become richer and more vivid. It helps us to recognize and cherish the goodness around us, even in difficult times. Just as a lens can magnify the beauty of a flower, gratitude magnifies the positive aspects of our lives. One simple practice to cultivate gratitude is keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They could be as small as a delicious cup of tea or as significant as a supportive friend. Over time, this journal becomes a record of your positive experiences and blessings, providing comfort and encouragement when needed. When we focus on gratitude, we also invite more positive energy into our lives. This energy is like a magnet, attracting more things for which to be grateful. It creates a cycle of positivity, where each act of gratitude leads to more reasons to be thankful. This cycle can transform our mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Gratitude also has a profound impact on our relationships. When we express appreciation to others, we strengthen our connections and build trust. This mutual recognition creates a positive feedback loop, enhancing our social bonds and fostering a supportive community around us. Just as a flower's growth is nurtured by sunlight and water, our relationships thrive on the nourishment of gratitude and appreciation. Sometimes it can be challenging to feel grateful, especially during tough times. However, even in adversity, there is often something to be thankful for: a lesson learned, a moment of clarity, or a small kindness. By seeking out these moments, we build resilience and hope, making it easier to navigate through difficulties with a positive outlook. In summary, gratitude is a powerful practice that can transform our mental well-being. By regularly acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects of our lives, we create a more balanced and joyful perspective. As we continue to explore and cultivate gratitude, we open ourselves to a deeper sense of contentment and fulfillment, enriching our journey through life, transforming negative thoughts into positive actions. In our journey through the mind, we encounter many thoughts. Some are like clouds that pass by, while others seem to linger and cast shadows. When we face negative thoughts, it can feel as if we are trapped in a dark room. But remember, even the darkest room has a door to the light. Transforming these negative thoughts into positive actions is like finding that door and stepping into the light. When a negative thought arises, it's like a pebble dropped into a pond. It creates ripples that can spread if we allow them to. Instead of letting these ripples grow, we can choose to replace them with ripples of positivity. This change begins with how we respond to our thoughts. Imagine you're climbing a steep mountain. Each negative thought is like a heavy rock you have to carry. It slows your progress and tires you out. By transforming these thoughts into positive actions, you're lightening your load and making your climb easier. When you encounter a negative thought, take a moment to observe it. Don't push it away or ignore it, but gently acknowledge it. Then, decide how you want to respond. Think of it as choosing between two paths. One path leads you deeper into negativity, while the other leads to positive change. For example, if you think, "I always fail," instead of letting that thought bring you down, you can choose to take a different path. "I've learned from my mistakes, and I will try again with new understanding." This shift in perspective can be incredibly powerful. Our actions are the seeds we plant in our minds. If we plant seeds of kindness, compassion, and perseverance, we will grow a garden of positive experiences. Every small action, like helping a friend or practicing gratitude, is a way of nurturing this garden. It's important to remember that change doesn't always happen overnight. Just as a garden needs time to grow, so does our mindset. When you feel overwhelmed by negativity, start with small actions. These might include simple things like taking a deep breath, going for a walk, or writing down something you're grateful for. Each of these small actions is like watering a plant, helping it to grow stronger and more resilient. By focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't, you shift your energy from a place of helplessness to one of empowerment. Instead of dwelling on obstacles, look for opportunities. If you face a challenge, approach it with the mindset of learning and growth. Ask yourself, what can I do in this situation to make things better? Sometimes, negative thoughts can feel like they are taking control of our actions. But by being mindful and intentional, we can reclaim control. Practice being present with your thoughts and feelings, and choose actions that align with your values and goals. Another powerful way to transform negativity is through the practice of kindness. When you show kindness to others, it not only helps them, but also brings light to your own heart. Acts of kindness create positive ripples in the world and in your mind. When you face a negative thought, take a moment to breathe and consider how you can turn that thought into a positive action. For instance, if you think, "I'm not good enough," Counter it with an action that proves your worth, like taking on a new challenge or helping someone in need. Remember, transforming negative thoughts into positive actions is a process. It requires patience and practice. It's about making a conscious choice to respond to negativity with positivity and action. With time and effort, these positive actions will become a natural part of your response to negative thoughts. As you continue on this path, be gentle with yourself. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step towards a more positive and fulfilling life. By continuously choosing positive actions, you are gradually shifting your mindset and creating a new way of being. In the end, your journey is about creating a positive ripple effect in your life and the lives of those around you. Embrace each moment as an opportunity to transform negativity into positive action, and you will find yourself moving closer to a life filled with light and joy. The concept of impermanence and letting go. Impermanence, such a simple word, yet it holds the key to deep peace and freedom. In this part, let us explore how understanding impermanence can help us let go of negativity and embrace a more positive mindset. Life is like a river, always flowing, never still. Every moment is new, fresh, and alive. But often, we hold on to the past or worry about the future. This holding on, this clinging, is what creates suffering. We think that by holding tightly, we can control the flow of the river. But can we really hold the water in our hands? No, the more we try, the more it slips away. The key is not to hold on, but to let go, to allow the river to flow naturally. Imagine you are sitting by a beautiful river. The water is clear, the sun is shining, and there are trees all around. As you watch the river, you see leaves floating on the surface. Some leaves are big, some small, some green, some brown. The river carries them all away. This is how our thoughts and feelings are. They come and go, just like the leaves on the river. Some are pleasant, some are unpleasant, but they all pass. They are not permanent. They do not define who you are. Impermanence means that nothing stays the same forever. This can be a comforting thought when you are feeling stuck in negativity. Remember, no matter how difficult your situation is right now, it will change. It cannot stay the same because that is the nature of life. Just like night turns into day, winter into spring, our challenges and emotions will also change. This is a law of nature. When we accept impermanence, we stop fearing change. We understand that change is natural and necessary. Holding on to negativity is like holding on to a burning coal, thinking it will not hurt us. The tighter we hold on, the more pain we feel. By letting go, we drop the coal and allow ourselves to heal. Letting go does not mean we do not care. It does not mean we ignore our problems or our feelings. It means we stop resisting what is happening. We accept it, learn from it, and move on. Think about a tree in the wind. It does not fight the wind. It bends and sways with it. This flexibility makes it strong. In the same way, when we stop resisting change and accept life as it is, we become strong. Sometimes, we hold on to negative thoughts because we think they protect us. We may believe that by worrying, we can prevent bad things from happening. But is this true? Does worrying change the outcome? No, it only drains our energy and keeps us from enjoying the present moment. Letting go of this need to control everything is freeing. It opens us to new possibilities and experiences. Imagine a person holding a heavy bag of stones. Each stone represents a negative thought or worry. The person feels tired and burdened. Now imagine them setting the bag down. Instantly, they feel lighter, freer, more able to move and enjoy life. This is what happens when we let go of negativity. We do not lose anything important. We gain peace. Letting go also means forgiving ourselves and others. We all make mistakes. We all have moments of weakness. Holding on to anger or guilt only keeps us trapped in the past. Forgiveness is not about saying what happened was okay. It is about freeing ourselves from the chains of resentment and regret. It is about choosing to move forward, to focus on the present and the future rather than the past. There is a simple practice you can do to help let go of negativity. Find a quiet place, sit comfortably, and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. As you breathe, imagine a cloud above you. Now, think of a negative thought or feeling you want to let go of. Imagine placing it on the cloud. Watch as the cloud carries it away, far into the sky, until it disappears. Breathe deeply and feel the lightness, the freedom. Repeat this with any other thoughts or feelings. This practice helps you see that you have the power to let go. You are not your thoughts. You are the sky, vast and open, and your thoughts are just clouds passing by. Every moment is an opportunity to start fresh. Every breath is a new beginning. When we understand impermanence, we see that life is full of endless possibilities. We are not stuck. We are not trapped by our past or our negative thoughts. We can choose to let go. We can choose to embrace the present moment with all its beauty and wonder. Letting go is not a one-time thing. It is a daily practice. It is like cleaning a room. Dust will settle and things will get out of place. But if we clean a little every day, it becomes easier to keep the room tidy. In the same way, by practicing letting go every day, even in small ways, we can maintain a positive and peaceful mind. Remember, impermanence is not something to fear. It is something to celebrate. It means that life is alive, ever-changing, and full of growth. It means that no matter how dark things may seem, there is always hope. There is always light. The sun always rises, and so can you. Embrace change. Embrace the flow of life. Let go of the past. Let go of negativity. Trust in the natural rhythm of life. Know that by letting go, you are not losing anything. You are gaining everything. You are gaining freedom, peace, and the ability to live fully in each precious moment. Creating a positive environment for mind growth. In the quiet of a serene temple, where every leaf and stone seems to speak of peace, we find wisdom about our mind. Just as a garden needs the right conditions to flourish, so does our mind need a nurturing environment to grow. Let's explore how we can create this environment for our mental well-being. Imagine you are tending to a delicate plant. You choose a sunny spot, provide fresh water, and protect it from harsh winds. Similarly, our mind needs a safe and supportive space to thrive. The people we surround ourselves with, the spaces we inhabit, and the activities we engage in all play a crucial role in shaping our mental landscape. First, let's consider the people around us. Just as a plant needs sunlight to grow, our mind needs positive and supportive influences. Being with people who uplift and encourage us can make a significant difference. Negative or toxic relationships, on the other hand, can be like weeds choking the life out of our mental garden. By choosing to surround ourselves with compassionate and understanding individuals, we create a space where our mind can flourish. Next, think about your environment. A cluttered and chaotic space can lead to a cluttered mind. Creating a peaceful and organized environment can help in calming the mind and enhancing focus. Simple practices like keeping your surroundings tidy, adding elements of nature, or dedicating a quiet corner for reflection can have profound effects. A clean and serene space invites calm and clarity, much like a well-tended garden invites growth. Our daily habits also contribute to this environment. Just as regular watering and care are essential for a plant, so are healthy routines for our mind. Engaging in activities that bring joy and fulfillment, whether it's reading, meditating, or spending time in nature, helps in nurturing our mental well-being. Establishing a routine that includes moments of stillness and self-care can be like the regular tending of a garden, ensuring that our mental landscape remains vibrant and healthy. Moreover, creating a positive environment involves setting boundaries. Just as we protect a plant from harsh elements, we must protect ourselves from harmful influences. Learning to say no to activities or people that drain our energy is crucial. Setting clear boundaries helps maintain our mental space and preserves our inner peace. The mind, much like a garden, responds to the care and attention it receives. By consciously choosing our surroundings and habits, we create an environment that supports our growth and well-being. Reflect on your current environment and see what changes you can make. Are there aspects that need nurturing or elements that need to be removed? Small adjustments can lead to significant improvements in how you feel and think. As we cultivate our inner garden, remember that it is a continuous process. Just as plants need ongoing care, our mind needs regular attention and adjustment. By fostering a positive environment, we create conditions where our mind can not only survive but truly thrive. This journey towards a more positive and nurturing mental space is one of the most rewarding practices you can undertake. In the end, creating a positive environment is about aligning your outer world with the peaceful and fulfilling state you wish to achieve within. It's about consciously designing a space that supports your growth, much like a gardener tending to their plants with love and care. Embrace this process and watch as your mind flourishes in the environment you have thoughtfully cultivated. Recap and final thoughts. Embracing a new mindset. As we come to the end of our journey together, let's take a moment to reflect on the insights we've gathered about transforming a negative mindset. Remember how we began by understanding the power of our thoughts and the ways they shape our lives? Now, let's review the key points that can help you embrace a more positive mindset and live a more fulfilling life. First, we explore the concept that our mindset is like a garden. Just as a gardener tends to their plants, we must nurture our thoughts to foster positivity. By becoming aware of negative thinking patterns and actively replacing them with positive ones, we can cultivate a more vibrant mental landscape. Mindfulness played a significant role in our discussions. It teaches us to be present and observe our thoughts without judgment. This practice allows us to recognize when negative thoughts arise and gently redirect our focus to the present moment. Through mindfulness, we learn to respond to challenges with calm and clarity, rather than reacting out of habit. We also delved into practical techniques for overcoming negativity. Simple practices such as deep breathing, gratitude exercises, and positive affirmations can be powerful tools. By incorporating these techniques into our daily lives, we can gradually shift our mindset towards a more optimistic and resilient outlook. Compassion towards oneself was another crucial aspect we covered. It's important to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially when facing difficulties. Self-compassion helps to soften the inner critic and provides the emotional support needed to navigate through tough times. Gratitude emerged as a transformative force in our journey. By regularly acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects of our lives, we shift our focus away from negativity. This shift not only improves our mood, but also enhances our overall well-being. Gratitude helps us to see the good in every situation, no matter how challenging. We discussed the concept of impermanence and letting go, understanding that all things, including our struggles and negative thoughts, are temporary helps us to approach them with a sense of detachment.